What's up, Internet? Nostalgia Goggles 43 here. I hope you're all having as good an evening as can be expected, and hopefully it'll get a little bit better. We got a good show for you tonight, I hope. Hubert Davis is facing off against his old team for the second time, the New York Knicks, and this time, first. Hope you're all having a good day. I had a much better day today than yesterday, myself, overall, so I am ready. I'm ready for these Knicks. Everything is just working better. Quick look at the standings. We won't belabor the point, but this could well be the Eastern Conference Finals. You're about to see. Very exciting. I think it's very exciting. So Stoudemire and Davis will be the backcourt. Murray, Jones. And Wright. Now this particular lineup had a plus-minus of 44 the last time we played the Knicks. Might be a season high still. At least post-trade deadline season high. Anyway, that's really good. And tonight we are player locking on Tracy Murray. Speaking of tonight, 10% of anything I bring in tonight goes to the Retina Foundation of the Southwest. They're doing great work. They are trying to cure diseases of the eye. I know there's other diseases that are top of mind for a lot of people right now, but all the ones we had before are still around too, and these guys are doing good work in that regard, so please support them. Feel so inclined. There is a link in my Twitch profile and in the YouTube description. Let's just get started. If you're on YouTube, greetings future people. Hope you're doing well. This lack of doubleheaders means I actually already have last night's game up. Hopefully that trend continues today. Three stars in defense has really hurt us the first two times we played New York this season. Shot a really low percentage. Harper at the point. John Starks. Anthony Mason, RIP. Charles Oakley and Patrick Ewing. Oakley, the future Raptor. We just talked about our starters. Stoudemire's been in a bit of a slump recently. He now has the lowest PM of the season of any of our players, even lower than Oliver Miller. Never really recovered from that Spurs game, in which he scored 100, but from a PM perspective, it was not a pretty game at all. Very nearly 69-4. Oh, jumped right to Davis. That is a sign right there. We are off to a good start. Rippin' and roaring. Remind them to play defense. Turn the offensive switch on. So we can player lock on Davis. Hopefully there's a lot more where that just came from. Starks. Whoa! John Starks from the 5th row. Maybe we'll have ourselves a shootout this time. I was just talking about the defensive battle of wits that we had the last couple times. But Davis with a sick crossover. That was good stuff. So far, so good with this lineup. Stoudemire chases down the board. There it is. Shots are falling. Ewing, he knows what Hubert Davis can do. They were on the team together for a while. Right with the block. Oh, Starks. Getting nasty. Oh! I guess I was over the line. That was close. I don't know. Should have been more patient, I guess. Great suffocating defense by Stoudemire. Comes away with the block. Davis from out of bounds. Starks got him off balance. It doesn't matter. Puts it in anyway. Oh, well, it's bound to happen. Hey, it's okay. Nice. Not quite as dominant as we were in the first quarter against the Cavs last night. Started the game off on a 22-0 run. Oh! Oh no. That's the first time we've done that in a while. The block a shot button is the same as the make the AI shoot button. So every once in a while you get some gaffes like that. I thought I'd gotten used to that finally. But Starks likes that spot. Oh, damn it, that wasn't really necessary. Ewing was about to step out of bounds. I might have helped him. Harper with a nice shot. I thought for a second that animation was going to take me directly out of bounds. Davis on a bit of a cold streak now. Oh. Slippery ball. Whoa, Oakley! Throws it home. Let's do this. What's up, Spitz the Greatest? How are you doing tonight? Big news. I'm ready. Hope it's good news. And I got Oakley guarding me now. In a constant search for new chocolate milk, you found some from a co-op that you shop at. All right, tell me more. That in and of itself isn't newsworthy. What makes it newsworthy is that the milk has 2% milk. Nice. It seems like a lot of the commercial chocolate milks use lower fat. Never seen 2% chocolate milk sold in the store. Interesting. Well, and I do trust you on all things chocolate milk. If you haven't seen it, it must not exist. So you can see that's kind of been the story of what you missed so far. Knicks have turned the ball over a bunch. We've been shooting okay, but not great. Possible it's common and just not labeled as 2%. You know, now that you mention it, though, I think it is usually labeled, and I don't actually ever recall seeing a 2% either. Although I drink whole milk myself, so. that is not as exciting a development for me personally. But you know what? You're excited, I'm excited. That's the way it works here. All right, that was the best possible outcome for that. There you go. I'm glad the crossover animation appears to be smart enough to not run me out of bounds, at least so far. Even though it's looked kind of like it was going to on a couple occasions. Get that out of there, Charlie Ward. I think 2% is a perfectly reasonable compromise for those who want flavor without the really high calorie count of whole milk. Well, fair enough. 1% and skim just do not hold the flavor well enough. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it depends on what your goal is, right? Like, I'm not really in a position where I'm concerned as much about calories as general nutrition. And I tend to find unbalanced whole milk is probably the better option for the latter. But it is certainly higher calorie. So I prefer the whole fat dairy and less of it approach, but I know that is not a popular choice for all. There we go. Agree with me? Well, that's nice. Glad we agree. Why is Sharon Wright bringing the ball up the court? That's just weird. You agree with me, but people need the reinforcement that they're being good, so they get the 1% even though it tastes like crap. Right. The health halo thing. I was actually just explaining that to the man. This crowd's really getting into it. Just explaining that to the kids about a low sodium. So I think like a lot of people were eating some things that are not what we normally eat right now, and one of them was a low sodium variant, and nobody really liked it, and I didn't like it because it was too sweet. And I pointed out to them, whenever you add sodium to a processed food, a lot of times it's not just a flavor thing, it's also a preservative, right? Like you don't want anything that's shelf stable, you want to suck up all the available water so that it doesn't mold or grow something worse than mold either. So a lot of times the reason the salt content was so high was just so that it could be oh good. Who needs the NBA, right? So a lot of times when you get a low sodium product, if you compare it to the regular product, what they added instead as a preservative is sugar. And so, I mean, there's all sorts of, there's the obvious problem with that, but there's also, I think sugar changes the flavor of whatever it's added to more than salt. Bread is full of sugar and salt, yes. So yeah, there's always a trade-off, and I think all the things that it trumpets on it, and they said, "Oh, does it say on there in the packaging that they added the sugar?" I said, "Only in the." What are you doing, man? Only in the nutrition facts. They're not going to call out, 70% more sugar. They're just going to say less salt. So people feel like they're doing a good thing when they're not necessarily. Pro basketball. That's right. I am a professional basketball player, thanks to you. I was given a challenge by a coworker today. He wanted me to run one lineup the entire game, no subs. And at first I told him no, but honestly I haven't had a reason to take these guys out yet. So, what are your thoughts on that? All right. So what Skirtis says do it. That was a great pickoff by Stoudemire. Let's see if we can capitalize. Nope. That was lowercase for sure. Man. It's a nice series of bricks there. Really was. Not as ugly as that, though. There we go. Just out of position, I guess. I am still well on pace to get him to 100. So, not concerned. Oof. It caps off a terrible 45 seconds of basketball. Indeed. I mean, at least we were crushing it on the offensive boards. That's not something you see every day. It's not even something you see 3 days a week at twitch.tv/collegechicago3 or youtube.com/whatever random string of gibberish Google assigned me. Man. Usually when people talk about the Knicks playing ugly basketball in the 90s, they mean like hard-nosed defense. They don't mean that. Whatever that was. Oof. Even their makes are ugly. There we go. It is nice doing this with someone who can both shoot threes and has a nice crossover. That's something we haven't done yet. Much like the Jets, it's statistically improbable for the Knicks to be as bad as they are for as long. Yeah. Especially being in a major market. I mean, they made it to the finals 20 years ago. Well, the Knicks have been pretty famously mismanaged. At least I don't know much about the Jets, but you know, there was the whole Isaiah Thomas brouhaha. You know, maybe 10, 15 years ago, and then more recently, Phil Jackson was a three-point shot denier when the Warriors first started their run. He was kind of the last holdout in front offices. That he didn't believe the analytics, and well, that has not worked out so great for them. Oh, where was my help? Had to throw a pass into oblivion. Not the Elder Scrolls kind. Maybe it was the Elder Scrolls kind, I don't know. In college, you had a drinking game for the Knicks. I've never heard this one. One of the rules was to drink whenever the cameras was on Isaiah and he looked confused. It was called the Isaiah camera rule. It got us drunk all night. That sounds fun. I feel like my shooting percentage just dropped a little bit. Ooh. I didn't even see where that was. Under the hoop, I think. There we go. Nice little turnaround by Davis. Let's just reset. Reset. We're on the double team. All right. That's how you end a quarter. Some crowd knows it. That was sick. Thank you, Spitz the Greatest. That one was for you. Patron at our Buy a Bucket tier. Purchaser of buzzer-beating, three-point heroic shots. Longtime supporter of the channel. Right, ask me what I was thinking. I was thinking 3. Our field goal percentages are remarkably similar. Although a lot of mine came from downtown, where it's probably pretty lonely. What is the penalty for the use of stickum? Well, I think I'd have to know what stickum was first to answer that question. Let's stick with something I do know. I do know that my patrons are the best. Tim Troy, humanitarian and philanthropist. That's the great. Dr. Ambassador Dortmunder, thank you for your support. And then 10% of anything I make tonight, Retina Foundation. Talked at length about them at the beginning. They're still doing good work. You should still support them. It's an ejection. So that's already the penalty then, isn't it? I don't know. That's right. I don't even need to substitute. I can just carry on. I am curious though. I guess it's too late. How tired everybody is. Played 73 games, and that is a first. You're right. We have been getting a lot of repeats in the trivia questions. Wonder how many there actually are. All right, whatever I said at halftime, it was clearly not enough. Only one. That's right, that only deserved one. Yeah, live from Toronto, Ontario. You know, that was something else I was wondering, speaking of how much there was. So, like, I noticed when I was getting the next stream stuff ready, we actually have one more game against the Knicks, believe it or not, before the end of the season. And that one's in Madison Square. And it says at the beginning, live from New York City, New York, which is fine. I mean, that is where it was live from. But when we play the Nets, it doesn't say live from East Rutherford, New Jersey. It says live from the Meadowlands. And similarly with the Bucks, it says live from the Bradley Center, which makes me wonder if there's some kind of character limit It only got one because it wasn't even dramatic. It was an air ball all the way. Indeed. Oof. Well, whatever Van Gundy told them at halftime, it seems to be working. All right, need to shoot some twos for a while. Whoa. There we go. That'll work. There we go. 25 for 61 is not amazing, but it's been kind of hot and cold. I noticed earlier he went on a cold streak, and I made one 2-point shot, and then it kind of snapped him out of it. He started making them. So I don't know if there's anything to that. Twice in one game. I don't usually do that. I usually substitute. So it's interesting. This one lineup thing is making me rethink my play style a little bit. Ewing faked me out, for sure. Suffocating defense on Oakley at the perimeter, which is good. We don't want Charles Oakley shooting 3-point shots, right? That must have been why. Okay, at least it wasn't a charge. Way out. Whatever was eating Hubert Davis, that layup seems to have snapped him out of it. Got his groove back. Well, percentage-wise, they're crushing us from three. Oh. Wow. That might be the best defense I've ever seen the AI pull in this game. John Starks just forced me right out of bounds. Nice layup by Ewing. I'm not sure what happened there. I am sure what happened there. Oof. Wide open. That was pretty. That one purchased for us by Dr. Ambassador Dortmunder, patron at our Buy a Bucket tier. Muggsy Bogues booster, but it doesn't look like Muggsy's going to get to play tonight. Tracy. Unless somebody fouls out. Damon's got 2 already. Lower in the second half, it'll probably be fine. Way out. How about that hustle? From out of bounds. Ugh. He's just launching them. Like we need another drive to the basket. There we go. You know what? Go for it, Trace. What's he doing anyway? I think he's at 98. I think that's the only time anyone else has scored. Correct. I'm not going to sub him, but I do want to see how tired everybody is. Very. All right. Just checking. There it is. 101 points, Hubert Davis. Whoa. I'm always so curious when there's the off-camera shoves. Like, what happened? Also, what's happening to my player right now? Doing a little stutter step or something. Got some Fred Astaire moves happening. Ooh. That's what I get for having ball movement. Ugh. Trying for the layup, but I pulled up a little too soon. There we go. All right, Jones. Popeye Jones with a nice looking layup. All right, at the buzzer once more. All right, up by 33. Not bad. Fine of $25 for the first violation, doubled for each subsequent violation. All right. Yeah, $25 is definitely a deterrent for an NBA player. It, you know, that'll cost him. You could probably get like a chocolate milk for that in Manhattan. You know, not anymore. In '96, you could. Back when restaurants were still a thing. Take a few high percentage shots as well. Let Damon take it up here. not finish. Normally I don't try to steal on the perimeter if they're going to have Patrick Ewing up there. All right. Come out and starts. All right. That works. You get shut down that hard to get stuffed and a shot clock violation, that is demoralizing. It is. But not as demoralizing as missing a wide open shot in the paint. Or letting the guy just run right by you for a layup. Don't even need to sub. Taking a page out of Nick Nurse's playbook. Huh. Nope. Get that board. Nope. Murray could not chase it down. We're still being out-rebounded, even though, despite how many offensive boards we've been pulling in. Murray, no. Damon. Make him earn it. Page out of the Knicks playbook. Just taking things from everybody's playbook. So that's a 21% field goal percentage for Charlie Ward. Oh. This whole ball movement thing is not working out. Overrated. There it is. That bucket purchased for us by Tim Troy, humanitarian and philanthropist. Patron at our Buy a Bucket tier. Thank you for your support. I keep thinking Murray's got the rebound, and then I don't go for it. And I keep being wrong. There you go, Jones. Oh. Charlie Ward shutting them down. We're only up 30 now. Tough. I did discover recently that NBA 2K14 for the PC, that was the last year before 2K really locked things down and made life more difficult for the modding community. So there are some pretty extensive mods, including at least one that has rosters available for essentially every season in the history of the NBA, but played in 2K14's engine. Which seems fun. Not that this isn't fun. They just got to try to figure out how to get a copy of NBA 2K14 for the PC. Please, just somebody get the rebound. Finally. As bad as ours earlier. Oh no! It's contagious. I suppose contagious is probably a dirty word right now. It did get ugly. This is actually what the other two games in the Knicks were like, actually. Just really low, like, both teams in the low 40s for field goal percentage. Thank you. And they really went on a run to end this game here. Some nice ISO move there. There you go, Jones. Can't even let me have it. Game actually required me to play. Indeed. Oh. Yeah, there we go. 127 to 100. Gauntlet was thrown down. We picked it up. Yeah, there we go. That's kind of the field goal percentage I was expecting out of this game. Yeah, they really turned it on at the end there. I think we were up by almost 40 at one point. So definitely came back. All right. Hey, I actually don't have to scroll down this time. That'll be easy. Yeah, poor Stoudemire. There we go. 3 blocks for Damon. 9 steals. Nicely done. Charlie Ward did earn his from the line. Starks had the most blocks, that's no surprise. His defensive assignment had the most shots. Alright, so I'm curious now to see the quarter by quarter breakdown. So we did get worse. As the game went on. Yeah, so it did affect us, fatigue, more so than I thought it would. There we go. I did still win. That's true, and at the end of the day, that is the important thing. And also we learned that the stream runs about 5 minutes faster when I don't substitute. There you go. Thank you so much for watching. As you can see, our next game is against the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's been so long since I've had this ready. I forgot I usually go to the camera on me first. So again, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Hope you're doing well, staying well. Um, Next game is the Timberwolves. We'll be facing them tomorrow, and then we're back Monday, like I was talking about, at the Bradley Center against the Milwaukee Bucks as we keep making our way through the Midwest. Again, I hope you have a great evening or day if you're watching this on YouTube. I'm Nostalgia Goggles for 3. Farewell.